So I wanted to make a video about what I've learned from YouTube from the last 90 days of starting up my channel. And it's been interesting, to say the least. And actually, until you do it, until you start it, you don't really know what it's like and really what you're supposed to be doing. And I still have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. And I think that is probably one of the things that I've realized, having a bit of clarity, because I've noticed that a lot of what I've consumed and looked at has always kind of said you've got to have a real focus, you've got to have a real kind of target audience, you've got to know your niche. And ultimately, I feel like I'm at a point now where I'm kind of getting to understand that. And a lot of my stuff that I make now is all geared towards people like me, very similar to me in terms of either like 5 years ago, starting jiu-jitsu, in jiu-jitsu, over 40, like the tribulations of what comes with that, and just kind of how we train, how we recover, and how we eat and stuff. And I'm interested in that. That's ultimately what I like talking about, and it's what I do in my life. So I'm trying to just kind of relay that through this platform. So getting clear on your message is really important, and I've wasted so much time trying to figure out what is my niche, what should I be talking about, what my YouTube banner should say, what should my description read like. And I think a lot of the times I've spent far too long on those things than I have just making videos. So getting really clear on what you want to do is important. And number two, I think I would say, in no particular order, has been the challenge of actually just doing the videos. So I've done about, I don't know, 80 odd videos, but predominantly all of those are shorts. Now for me, doing the shorts has been easier to fit into my day, because I'm kind of just firing off a short here, there and everywhere, mocking it up on Canva just a little. No, I'm not Canva actually. I'm going straight into YouTube with it, and I'm then just putting the titles and stuff on there and then, which again is not taking me a whole chunk of time to do, but it's then finding the time and having a schedule to do that. So what I try and do is to make sure that I'm posting daily, especially with the shorts, and that strategy might change in a bit. But with the shorts, it's either before work, so like when I'm on my way to work, like when I get my coffee in the morning and I park up and do one, or it tends to be lunchtime where I literally just race to my car and I've got about half an hour, and I try and fire off some shorts and hopefully just pick one that actually seems reasonably all right. But again, I'm not editing them in terms of like cutting parts out and putting it here and moving it around. I'm just doing it in a single shot, single take, because I think that's the truth. I mean, it's easier to do that way. You are a little bit more authentic, like it's a bit more real life. Like I'm getting into my car, I'm doing one, I'm out. I'm not then just going home and editing it and all of that kind of stuff. So number two is just making sure you know how you're going to do it and when you're going to film them. I think that's important. And I'm still not there with that at all, because I go home some days and I haven't done one, and then I start to panic, which isn't good. So it's about having that clarity. No, right, I'm going to do it at this time and then fire it off when I get home because I've got Wi-Fi at home. So that's working okay for me. And I think it's about as well knowing what you're doing it for. So like number three is making sure you've got a purpose. And at the moment, I don't know exactly why I'm doing it, because if I rewind about a year, my aim was always to start some form of side hustle alongside teaching. So because teaching is quite a stressful and a definitely full-time occupation, it's very hard to manage something on the side. So I think I've been procrastinating quite a lot in terms of starting any form of side hustle business. And I think YouTube for me was the easiest entry point, because whatever business you start, you're going to have to do some form of content creation, where be it Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. And I think for me, it was about just experimenting with the channel, firing them off, no concept of a business, nothing at all, just doing it to see what happens and just see how it developed over time. And obviously 90 days in, I haven't really got a strategy. So I'm not entirely sure where I'm going, because I look at a lot of YouTubers nowadays who are really successful, and I definitely wouldn't call myself a YouTuber. And the ones that I've been looking at are way ahead of me, way years ahead of me. So the advice that they're giving is great, but they're from a position where they're earning millions. Now, I think the most value I've got from watching YouTube has come from only recently, and I can't remember the lady's name, so I apologise. And it's Alexa something, but she's a couple of years into the game, and she's doing really well, and she's really successful on YouTube, and she's trying to help people like me get started on YouTube. And there's a really interesting thing that I saw yesterday about just narrowing the focus of what you're doing. So, like, her focus was, when she first started, was to get her YouTube channel going, just focus on that, and also have one opportunity where people could work with her in the form of earning some money. So for me, that's the next step, isn't it? Making sure that I'm growing this channel with reasonable good content without overthinking it, still being authentic. And the second thing is having some form of income stream available that potentially would work for me, and then figuring out what that is. So that's where I'm at. 90 days on YouTube. I think I'm at about 43,000 views in total, which is not great, but I'm not in it for the views at the moment. I'm in it for the experience and the opportunities, and enjoying the process. And that's key. I am enjoying the process. So yeah, just stick with it. And I really appreciate it if you are following. So thank you very much.